It's hard to put together a truly engaging ensemble cast, but it's magic when it happens. Occasionally, however, showrunners toss in a few faces that throw off the balance of our favorite TV shows, losing viewers and threatening to destroy a show's legacy. Here are just a few characters that turned otherwise enjoyable TV shows into an unwatchable mess. When Star Trek The Next Generation first hit warp speed, the idea was to continue Gene Roddenberry's vision of a united world, seeking out new life and civilizations in outer space. What no one expected was the most annoying addition to Trek since the Tribbles, Wesley Crusher. Wesley, the boy genius, failed to make it into Starfleet Academy more than once, but somehow remained on board the Enterprise because of his plucky attitude, talking back to senior officers, and often saving the day with answers that the adults couldn't manage. What he didn't have, however, was respect. Not even getting stabbed earned this kid any street cred. Eventually, Wesley was put in his place by Captain Picard.
Sir, I know this may finish me as an acting ensign, but—
Shut up, Wesley!
And even his own mother.
And since I am finished here, sir, may I point out that—
Shut up, Wesley!
Wesley would exit as a series regular in the 4th season, but would show up in 4 more episodes further on in the show's run. Actor Wil Wheaton would later admit the criticism of the character hurt him personally. But given how he's been given his own asteroid and remains a rising power in geek culture, he's probably gotten over it. If he hasn't, well, then—
Shut up, Wesley!
Fox's first big TV hit was Married with Children, a series that's still fondly remembered today. One character is all but forgotten, however, and that may be for the best. Young Seven Wanker is taken in by the Bundys, opening the door for Al's misery to continue with a new mouth to feed. Still, Al declares him to be a true Bundy after a while, but with no additional story and a character too cute for what worked on a non-traditional comedy, the show began to sputter out. Shane Street, the actor hired for the role, had little experience, and the audience wasn't reacting well. After a dozen episodes, Seven left the show by escaping to the Darcy home next door and refusing to leave. He was never spoken of again beyond a few quick gags that reinforced his exile. Married went on to last another 4 seasons, so it turned out to be the right move. When NBC's Heroes hit a peak during its debut season, creator Tim Kring was left with a problem. How do you top a season that introduced lovable time traveler hero, power-stealing villain Sylar, and the iconic phrase, "Save the cheerleader, save the world"? When the show returned for its sophomore season, they added Maya Herrera. Played by Dania Ramirez, Maya and her twin brother crossed the border from Mexico into the United States, looking for help in controlling her poisonous powers. But her character just didn't connect, and got lost among the other slow stories of the season. Worse, Maya remained mostly independent of the series' established characters and showed little prowess as a hero. With a writer's strike causing the season to close with just a handful of episodes, Maya was cured and rushed out of the series. Kring admitted they had screwed up the season and apologized to fans. Maya was never seen again, curing Heroes of its own poison, at least until it was canceled, rebooted, and canceled again. For fans of Gilmore Girls, the breakup of Luke and Lorelai was the equivalent of having their hearts ripped out, and there was only one person to blame: April. April debuted in Season 6 as the previously unknown teenage daughter of Luke. When she steals and tests Luke's DNA as part of her nerdy science experiment and learns that he's her father, it's the beginning of the end. Luke can no longer commit to marriage, and he hides the reason for his decision. Things come to a head, and when he's finally ready to commit, it's too late. The star-crossed lovers of Stars Hollow find themselves done for good, all because of a gawky 12-year-old girl whose idea of a good time was counting salt shakers in the diner. Years later, actress Vanessa Morano would admit that she herself was conflicted over the character. In fact, she admits she sort of hated April herself. When you hate the character you play, there is no greater proof that they were no good for the show or the viewers. He is the ultimate TV ruiner. Introduced in the 5th season of The Brady Bunch, Cousin Oliver was Carol's nephew, dumped with the family while his parents were traveling on a South American dig. We soon learned why they'd rather not be around him. Oliver was a regular for all of 6 episodes, but his tendency to cause accidents when he was around changed the balance of the series, becoming something of a real-life evil tiki that cursed the family. The Brady Bunch was canceled just a few episodes later, and Robbie Rist, who played Oliver, wasn't even told the series was done. He only learned of the show's finish when he found out he wasn't going back to work. And yet somehow, Cousin Oliver isn't the most reviled character on this list. No, that honor belongs to For decades, Scooby-Doo and his pals at Mystery Inc. have unmasked ghoulish villains who no doubt would have gotten away with it if it had not been for those meddling kids. In 1979, however, there was a push to cancel Scooby, so producers Hanna-Barbera threw a Hail Mary. Enter Scooby-Doo's feisty nephew, Scrappy Doo. The series was renewed, although the diminutive pup would cause a ripple effect still felt today. Scrappy was the exact opposite of cowardly Shaggy and Scooby, always looking for a fight. While the team's terror often set up gags, Scrappy had only that one aggressive trait. Soon after his first appearance, Scrappy even got top billing along with Scooby, while Fred, Velma, and Daphne got benched. Imagine losing your job to the dog you can't housebreak. Years later, in Scooby's first live-action feature film, Scrappy was portrayed as a disrespectful, exiled member of Mystery Inc. So to review, Scooby, all-time classic. Scrappy, best left in the kennel. Scrappy Doo sucks.
Puppy!